Laker fans, Laker fans, what is going on? I hope you had a good day. Can't say much. Can't say the same thing for the Los Angeles Lakers. They snapped a four-game winning streak as the San Antonio Spurs defeat the Los Angeles Lakers 118 to 109, the final score. Lots to cover today. More on the negative side. Uh, this game was not for us taking. No, not try to discourage anything, but like how we came out in the beginning and we didn't not take care of the ball well at all in the first half. Committed 10 turnovers, continuing to show that we have problem with turnovers. These are the habits you could build on for throughout the season. I'm really concerned about their defensive energy every single day, every single game. They come out really sloppy, and their tendency to give the opponents the lead and trying to do a catch-up game every time, which is very not ideal for any team to win the game. Anytime you're down, you're the one who's down, and you try to catch up. And like giving away the lead throughout the three quarters and try expect that they'll come back anytime once you put on a gear or like full throttle. That's not gonna happen, especially a team against Spurs. Like they don't make a mistake, right? They barely give you the mistake. We could have done with Memphis because they're low talented. They have a lot of young guys. Turn the ball over when they feel like they're pressure, they make a mistake. But Spurs are very talented, very playing as a group. They don't. They're the only team that's known to not turn the ball over. Popovich is known for a coach that make the group play as a unit and not making a mistake much down the stretch, especially in the fourth quarter. They were not turning the ball over. We expected them to make a one mistake, then we could come back. That was our mistake. We should have just, never given them a lead going into the fourth quarter. We're down as much as 11 and trying to do the catch up. It's not going to work. Not against a team like Spurs. They're too talented, they're too well coached, too experienced. They have a veteran player like DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge, Patty Mills. Those guys have played in the playoff. They know how to handle the situation. They were very poised, right? If you look at their even starters like DeJounte Murray, Keldon Johnson, they have a bench player, decent bench scorer, Ronnie Walker the fourth. They're very well balanced. Their starter bench, they play no matter their starting units or the bench units, they barely make a mistake. That's how you win a basketball game. Playing well as a unit. Uh, Try to make a less mistake. Just doing the fundamental thing. Right? The Lakers trying to do too much. I think they rely too much on talent now instead of working on their strategy. The Frank Vogel has to figure out really need to improve their defensive strategy. Especially we're getting outscored in the paint every time. Luckily today AD was being aggressive. He scored mostly in the paint. Even the Harrell helped us, so we were actually not outscored in the paint for first time in a while. But like how they allowed a long shot to go in, like 3 point. We allow 16 threes for the Spurs tonight. 16. It's not. If you allow that many three in a single game, you're bound to lose. And you expect us just hitting 9, not even 50%. Spurs didn't shoot like crazy percentage on threes. Like 16 for 33. That's still really good. 48%. Our problem was not contesting those shots. Most of them were wide open. We were late on switch, the defensive switch. Every player should be blamed for this loss. Like the lack of communication is continuing to happening. Um, that you could resolve with talking to each other. Say like, if you feel like you're not be able to catch up this guy, you have to tell the other teammate, okay, can you cover for me? Just during the game, you gotta constantly talk with each other, make that consistent defensive switch, so that we don't allow a wide open shooter to knock down a three or even a mid range. But we have seen that many times this season is already happening. It's not improving at all. Every single game we watch, same problem just happens. Same problem happen and happen. And that we could build up the habit of bad habits, right? They call it. The only thing we did well is pretty much, securing the board and scoring in the paint. Other than that, was already a all blur, even from the first quarter. Let's see the stats. Like I'm just gonna look at some stats and see how we really defended tonight. Our bench scoring, pretty much. Let's see. So Caruso scored 8 points, 11, 21, 31, 36. So we scored 36 points from the bench. And the Spurs, okay, Ronnie Walker scored 14. So it's 24, 39, 45, 48. 48 to 35. That's still not good enough, right? We got outscored on the bench almost plus 10 points. And then field goal, actually, we shot better than Spurs with 50 to 47. 3 point was the difference. 46% Spurs, 33. We shot more three than, well, we didn't shoot more three. Well, we didn't make 10 for 30. And free throw, look at the discrepancy. 94% Spurs, 62% from the Lakers. We missed 8 3 out of 21. That is inexcusable. You gotta hit at least 70% of your free throws. Uh, the LeBron James missed 4 out of 11. But thing is, Anthony Davis didn't even attempt. He attempted 2 free throws and missed both of them. So AD really need to be more aggressive. You need to get to the lane, try to draw more foul. You need to at least shoot like 10 free throws every single game. That's how he could be that dominant. So I don't like sometimes the AD is being too passive. He's not taking advantage on his size. He's too talented for that. That's one things that Laker fans are not happy with Anthony Davis, that he's not bringing that intensity every single game. I hope you feel the same way. Like how I'm criticizing this team just because I care about them and I just want them to get better. And their home records are pretty terrible. It's a 2-3. They won more on the road than home, and that's inexcusable, right? They had a Laker fan in front of the Laker crowd in the Staples Center. I think it will be a different story. Definitely is. It does affect. There are no fans around, but you can't really make excuse on that because other teams are playing that way as well. So you just gotta play no matter whether there's a fans in attendance or no. We just gotta play our ball like we did in the bubble. How can we not putting extra effort to secure every position? And I understand because we have a new guys that just joined the team. The chemistry, we're trying to build up the chemistry every single match, and it's coming together. But I don't feel like it's coming anytime soon unless we make some rotation change. The more I see Derek Shooter coming, starting as a you know starting point guard, I'm feeling very pessimistic about it. See, a lot of Laker fans are starting to get a little irritated about Derek Schroeder not putting up effort for 4 straight games. He was very consistent. First 3 games, he was scoring double digit every time. He was dishing out five or more assists. Like, if you look at Dennis Schroeder's production for past 4 games, it's not very positive. He was he had a minus 18, the highest in the team. Only scored 6 points. He played like 27 minutes. And he shot really bad, 3 for 11, 0 for 3 from 3. He didn't even, dish out that many assists. LeBron was doing all the point guard work. He was only two assists. So the more I see LeBron and Dennis Schroeder together on the court, I am not very positive about those two. They don't feel like they're giving out synergy, positive synergy to each other. I feel like Dennis Schroeder come off the bench, and our bench production, the points will go up more. So every single game we're getting outscored on the bench. And that's because we don't have a reliable bench scorer. Like only Kuzma and Harrell is the only one capable. But now Kuzma is starting since KCP is out of the injury. Is not making our bench better because Kuzma is not giving us the bench points. And we only have Harrell as bench scorer who can give us 10 plus points every single night. That is not enough for the bench production. And Wesley Matthews is still not, he's very inconsistent. He gave us 10, 15 points the other night. Tonight he's just 3 points. And that is frustrating, right? I think Frank Vogel definitely need to change some rotation. I want to see change in rotation after 10 games. If things don't work out, if things are still the same, I want Frank Vogel to really push. Tell Dan Schroeder, okay, you go back to the bench. I think we need to bring other guys to start the game and let the LeBron be the ball handler and the Gasol LeBron work on that two-man game. AD keep him in the paint. If we're playing small ball, keep him in the paint. If we're playing big, like Gasol as a center, maybe AD could play 4, and then he can pretty much stretch out the floor. That's how the game should be played. As a Laker fan, I'm just saying there are things to improve, and we want to see. As a fan, we expect the Lakers to play way better than what they're doing now. That was my take for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and hope to see you guys tomorrow after the Bulls game. Go Lakers.